Hello boys and girls, and welcome to lesson 1-5 from the study guide, which is pages 15 and 16. Question 1. Scan lesson 1-5 in your textbook. List two headings you would use to make an outline of the lesson. Well, in this lesson we're looking at steps to solving problems, okay, so problem solving plans, to understand problems, and to find the solution and different strategies that we can use. And I remember that one strategy that we used was to look for patterns. Are we seeing patterns? Are the numbers going up by twos? Are the numbers being multiplied? Are the numbers are they moving along by negative fives? So you just simply look for a pattern, okay? And another one is guess, check, and revise. Now, when we check, we make an educated guess. We're trying to make an estimate, and then we check our work by calculating it, and if it's correct, you don't have to revise, but if it's not correct, you make a quick revision, and you might get the answer then. Okay, so those are two that you can put on there. If you have any others, go ahead and put them on there as well. Any other that you remember from the lesson, any other strategies. Now here on the quick review, what are the 4 steps in the problem-solving plan? I think you guys remember this. First, we look at the data, so we try to understand. Then we try to make a plan, right? So we're going to add, subtract, and then we actually compute it. We solve, and finally we check our work. Okay, there you have it. Now, if you're watching this video, please go ahead and draw a nice flower right there to show me that you are actually watching this video. Okay, continuing on to the real world link. Movie snacks. Natalie and her friends are at the concession counter at the movie theater. After buying a ticket, Natalie has $10 left to buy snacks. The prices of the items she is considering are shown below. So we have a box of popcorn for $3.75, a soda can for $2.50, a bag of nachos for $4.50. That looks like a box of chocolates for $1.75, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have a hot dog for $2.50. What is the scenario? Natalie wants to buy a box of popcorn. Okay, right here. She wants to buy a soda as well and a hot dog. Okay, how much money will she have left? Well, we know that she has $10, so we're going to start by writing the $10 because we have to subtract these values from $10 so that we can get our answer. Okay, so she has $10 and we have to subtract the sum of all 3 of these items. So when we find the sum of the 3, we simply put the popcorn there, the soda, and the hot dog. We will find the sum, we'll add them all up, and then take this number away from 10. So in PEMDAS, we always have to do the parentheses first. And here I can see that 250 plus 250 is $5. And then I'll add the $3, that's 8 plus 75, so it's $8.75. Taking it away from 10, so 10 minus 8.75 equals 125. Okay, as we have there. Usually, I'd like to answer word problems with words. So we need a therefore statement. And the therefore statement is simply there to answer the question. The question was, how much money will she have left? After computing and doing all our calculation, we can say, therefore, Natalie will have $1.25 left over. Question 2. How could you find all the ways that she could receive the correct change? I want you to think back to example 3 from page 27 of your textbooks, where we were given the scenario of how we can distribute or break down 35 cents by using quarters, dimes, and nickels. And we used the table. So that 35 cents could be 1 quarter and 1 dime, or 1 quarter and 2 nickels, and so on. And we came up with all these different combinations. Well, we're going to use the same strategy of a table to solve what our change can look like. So as I mentioned, we will make a table to show all of the possible combinations. So let's do that for number 3. Now let's remember that our change was $1.25, right? Complete the table to show all the possible combinations for her change if she always receives $1 a $1 bill and no pennies. So we have no pennies, but she always gets a $1 bill. So since we know that she's always going to get a $1 bill, let's just go right ahead and write our $1 in there, okay? The first combination has been given for us already, $1 bill and a quarter, okay? So really what we're breaking down is only the 25 cents, okay? What's another way we can break the 25 cents? Well, we could have $1, no quarters, okay, because we've already used that option, so we can just fill this out right there, no quarters. We could have 2 dimes, so that's $1.20, and then 1 nickel, $1.25. We could have 1 dime, so that's $1.10, but we still need 15 cents, so we would need 3 nickels. And we could have 0 dimes and have it all in nickels, and 25 cents in nickels is 5 nickels. Okay, question 4. In how many different ways can Natalie receive her change? Well, if she's always receiving her change with a $1 bill, and all we have to really break down or make a combination for is 25 cents, then we have 4 different ways. You go ahead and draw a Christmas tree right there as a key answer to prove that you watched this part of the video. I know it's not Christmas season yet, but I am thinking about Christmas already. Continuing on to page 16, we're going to take some notes, pretty much a summary or a review of what we've learned so far. We learned the 4-step problem-solving strategy. What does it mean when we say guess, check, and revise? Well, it means to make a reasonable guess and then check it. That's what it really means. Alright, next, look for a pattern. What does that mean? Well, it means to analyze the first few numbers in a pattern to identify the rule. Then use the rule to extend the pattern and find a solution. Okay, the next one is making a table. Why would we make a table? Well, we use a table to organize information, and often a table will help us see patterns too. And another strategy is working backwards. So work backwards. Begin with the end result and undo steps to find what happened earlier. Working backwards. Please copy this exactly as you see it, and these words in itself is a key answer. If I see that you've written it exactly the way I have, I know that you watched this part of the video. Okay, continuing on. Okay, let's put this to practice. Select an appropriate strategy that could be used to solve each problem. Number 1. Marcy can run 1 lap in 65 seconds. Each additional lap takes her 2 seconds longer. Obviously, she's slowing down. How many minutes will it take her to run 3 miles? So how would we look for this? Well, I can think of a couple of ways. I could make a table because I'm a visual learner, and it would be easier for me to continue to make a table per lap, and I keep adding 2 seconds each time to my time. Okay, I could also make a graph, or I could make look for a pattern. Number 2. Jamar needs to be at school at 7:45 a.m. It takes him 25 minutes to walk to school, 25 minutes to eat, and 35 minutes to shower and get dressed. What time should he get up to be at school 5 minutes early? Well, this one looks like we're working backwards. We have the time that he needs to be there. Let's subtract all of these times that it takes him to do all these things, plus an additional 5 minutes. So what do? We work backwards. Alright, if you're watching this, continue to put my key answers along the way. And finally, let's summarize the lesson. When summarizing the lesson, you're often given a little clue here to what the lesson was about. You're asked, how well do you understand the different problem-solving strategies? Well, that's what we learned. We learned the different problem-solving strategies. Okay? Can you please add what those are? And there you go. Then that will be your lesson summary. What are the different problem-solving strategies? Go ahead and write that there in your own words. That's it for today, boys and girls.